on the good foot. Ha! Yeah. You shut her down now.
In this video, I'm going to be talking about Jim Carrey and the law of attraction, or is he just crazy? Keep watching and all will be revealed, and if you watch all the way to the end, there's an inspiring message at the end that can inspire you.
Total believer. Yeah, I believe in manifestation. I believe in, putting a rocket of desire out into the universe, and you get it when you believe it. You get it when you believe you have it, and that's the key. Is like people still, they sit around going, when's it going to come, 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 and that's the wrong way. You're facing the wrong way, you're facing away from it. You have to go, it's here, it's here, it's here.
So in this clip, Jim Carrey talks about desire. He talks about sending up a rocket of desire and using visualization to get what you want in your life. Now, we all know that visualization is a really big part of making the law of attraction work for you. And you will notice if you watch any of my videos that I always start with the triangle and manifest with desire, which my triangle and manifest is desire, taking absolute massive action, and belief. Now, obviously, I've said this many times, there's other things that work for the law of attraction, but they are the core three things, and then other things slot in around that. And obviously, visualization is a big part of that as well. So having that rocket of desire that you send out there, and then use your visualization to visualize what it is that you want as if it already exists, is a very, very powerful tool. Now, your mind, your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and non-reality. That's why you hear many stories of sports stars that will practice in the mind, and there's people in a test group that will practice in the physical, and they get the same results as each other as the people that don't do any practice whatsoever. Now, I know this to be true. I used to manage a girl band many years ago that they used to practice physically, and I used to put them in a dark room, put on the music, and get them to run through the show in their mind. So they was running all their harmonies in their mind. And they did a showcase, and a person made a comment to me who has a very successful singer right now, who's out there in the world, and this person made a comment to me and said, how the hell can those girls sing harmonies that tight without even looking at each other? And that was all done with visualization.
It's our intention. Our intention is everything. Nothing happens on this planet without it. Not one single thing has ever been accomplished without intention.
In this clip, Jim Carrey talks about setting intention. Intention is everything, and he rightfully says without intention, nothing in the universe can really exist. Everything that exists in this world, from the camera that I'm speaking into, from the lights, the microphones, the things in the room, everything existed in somebody's mind first. They had an intention in their mind to set that thing into motion. So your intention towards whatever it is that you want is so important, because it all comes back to itself. As I said, it all comes back to this triangle manifest, the desire, having the visualization within that desire, and what has to come to take the massive action towards what it is that you want, and that comes with the intention. By having the intention of going towards what you want to achieve means that you've got to then take action towards it. So really, this is framework around the triangle and manifest. So intention plays a really big role. Your intent is really, really important in making the law of attraction work for you.
Just this, I have an insane belief in my own ability to manifest things. Insane belief. You know, that I think it's ultimately complete sanity, but I believe we're creators, and I believe we create with every thought, and every word is, every moment is pregnant with the next moment of your life.
This clip, Jim Carrey talks about belief. Now, obviously, I talk about this all the time. This is the third part of the triangle manifest, which is belief. That is just one in itself. Once you've got all those other things in place, you must believe in it. You must have a true belief in what it is that you're doing, because without that belief, it'll just pull down all the building blocks of everything you're using as the foundations of what it is you are using for the law of attraction. Belief is a very, very powerful thing, and you will start to find the more that you get this in place, the more that you start the momentum and the things start to come back into your life, the more you start to believe. But you have to truly believe, because if you have a doubt in your heart, then you don't put the effort in on the other parts, and then the deck of cards falls, if that makes sense to you. So what you believe, you can achieve. That's a very true saying. What you believe, you can really achieve. achieve. In the next clip, you're going to see Jim Carrey in a very famous interview that you may have seen before, talking to Oprah Winfrey about how he used visualization to manifest $10 million into his life.
Obviously, you knew somewhere inside yourself that you were destined to be famous, because I think it's really a marvelous thing, that visualization thing you did. Do y'all read about this or hear this? That you used to go up on Mulholland Drive and park
every night,
and visualize seeing yourself as...
Yeah, I would visualize,
This is when you were broke and poor.
You know, right, having directors interested in me and people that I respected saying, you know, I like your work, or whatever that is, and I would visualize things coming to me that I wanted or whatever.
This was in like 1987, 85?
Yeah.
And
I had nothing at that time, so it was like, but it just made me feel better. It made me, at that time, all it really was for me was kind of making me feel better. I would drive home and think, well, I do have these things, and they're out there. I just don't have a hold of them yet, but they're out there.
Okay, so you would get this from what, self-help books or whatever?
Yeah, self-help section.
Self-help section.
They've renamed it the Jim Carrey wing.
So didn't you write yourself a check? I heard that you did. Is that true?
I wrote myself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, and I gave myself 5 years, or 3 years maybe, and I dated it Thanksgiving 1995. And I put it in my wallet, and I kept it there, and it deteriorated and stuff. But then, just before Thanksgiving 1995, I found out that I was going to make $10 million on, I think it was Dumb and Dumber. Maybe.
Dumb and Dumber, yeah. So you visualize yourself like... Visualization works if you work hard.
Well, that's the thing. You can't just visualize and then, you know, go eat a sandwich.
So what do you think so far? Is Jim Carrey just crazy, or is he an awakened, powerful manifester? Keep watching the video all the way to the end, and you will see a powerful message from Jim Carrey at the end of the video. I truly believe that Jim Carrey is an awakened spiritual being that is a very powerful manifester. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget, in the description there is a link there for my free Affirmations for Success audio. It's absolutely free, no catch whatsoever, so let's keep on with the video. But I do just want to say at this point in the video, when Jim Carrey was at the height of his fame and he's talking about manifesting $10 million on national TV, and he's a funny guy and he's acting crazy, nobody actually thought he was crazy. But when he goes onto TV and starts talking about spirituality, in a sense, on a much deeper level, when he's talking about tetrahedrons and talking about that, you know, he doesn't exist, and all of these things that are on just a much deeper level of his awakening, of where he doesn't believe that he is just this Jim Carrey person, that he is a deeper spiritual being within that, then everybody starts to think that he's absolutely crazy. Now, how is that any more crazy, in my eyes, than talking about manifesting $10 million by using his thoughts in the law of attraction and basically acting crazy on TV? But now, when he starts to act a little bit silly in that interview, oh, he's gone all crazy. That's nothing new. Jim Carrey acts crazy all the time. He acts funny and crazy all the time. You know, Jim Carrey's not a crazy person, in my opinion. I think Jim Carrey is a very, very awakened, powerful manifester and a great human being that can teach us absolutely amazing things. And as Oprah Winfrey says in her interview, who would think that Jim Carrey, of all people, would be such a great teacher?
Happiness is the weather, man. Happiness is about happenstance. It's about what's happening. So, you know, yeah, if you want to wait for something cool to happen to be happy, that's great. You know, you get sad when sad things happen. That's all weather. I know I'm never going to be in a perpetual state of happiness. I've given that up for sure. But freedom from who it's happening to, I guess, is where I'm at.
From a material standpoint, Jim Carrey seems to have it all. He's got the money, the fame, the career, everything that people think you could ever dream of. But what he's saying is, even with all of that stuff, it's not just about the things. It's not about the things, because you can have everything in the world, but if you're sad in the mind and you're not in complete control in the mind, then all of that stuff doesn't matter. True and real happiness is fulfillment within the mind. And yes, we will all feel sadness. That is the truth. We can't be happy all of the time. But then it comes back to that simple simple fact. How can you know what true happiness is if you don't experience sadness? How can you know what day is if you don't experience night? So we need that yin and yang in life to experience each thing, to know the value of the other thing. But the truth is, what Jim Carrey is saying in a lot of his stuff is, the material stuff, yes, it's nice to have it. I'm not saying having material things isn't good at all. What I'm saying is I've been in a position in my life, and I know where I've had absolutely nothing, and I have more materially now than I've ever had before in my life. But that is, and it's really weird, because I feel like the more success I've had, the more I really understand it when people say it's not just about the money, it's not just about the success or the fame. I understand that more than I used to, because I used to have the attitude of, yeah, it's alright for you to say, because you've got all this, this and this. But I really have started to truly understand that on a much deeper level, it's not about the material stuff. You can strip away all of that stuff, because where you can truly find fulfillment and happiness is really in the mind. So if you're still watching, that means you've made it through this video, and I want to say thank you so much for your support. Go and hit that like button right now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It really helps with the algorithms, and we really need that to grow the channel. Genuinely, I'm saying that I need your support to get this message out to as many people as possible. So if this has helped you in any way, and you think that it can help anybody else that you think could use this in their own life, then please share it with your friends and family, or anybody that you think can gain value from this. I want to say thank you for being on Manifest Monday. I'm Marcus Burks from marcusburks.com with no nonsense law of attraction, and until next time, we'll shape your life and create a world that you design.
Now, fear is going to be a player in your life, but you get to decide how much. You can spend your whole life imagining ghosts, worrying about the pathway to the future, but all there will ever be is what's happening here, and the decisions we make in this moment, which are based in either love or fear. So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. I'm saying I'm the proof that you can ask the universe for it. Please.